10 years later, summer has started once again, with Season 5 of Phineas and Ferb. And fans all around the world have been anticipating this revival ever since they announced it. And now that we have the first 10 episodes, let's review it. This season feels like the exact same thing that came before, in the best way possible. It feels like the show never left. It feels like an exact continuation from Season 4 to Season 5. It has everything great about the first 4 seasons, and it captures the same energy and magic that those first 4 seasons captured, and just feels like the show never left in the first place, and we're picking it up right after school started, and they have the same energy, they're still the same characters. It feels like the show never left. Everything is the same as before. The characters, the songs, the formula. It's the same world. It's the same show. And I'm glad that we're finally back in this world after almost 10 years. It's nothing but a blast to be back in this world. Even if it's just that formula, the formula works. It's still classic. It's still that formula. And it's the formula that you can reuse over and over again and still work. Because this season still did it. They changed a few things up, but overall the formula is still the same formula, and it still works. Feels like the show never left. I also like the animation style. It's very much what Candace Against the Universe brought. It captures that new energy in the animation, but also keeps that 2D effect, and what the first 4 seasons had. Because it still looks like the first 4 seasons, but just minor differences have the animation pop just a bit more. Like what Candace Against the Universe did. Now I can say not every single episode follows that classic formula of Phineas and Ferb. There's a good amount in here that change it up, and they changed it up for good, because if you do that formula too many times, it can get repetitive, and I'm glad that they're deciding to change it up every few episodes here and there, just to spice things up a bit, and just the small changes that they did to the formula works. Even after 10 years later, they found some new stories to tell for this year of summer. They kind of had to end the original show with 4 seasons because they're kind of running out of ideas, and you could definitely feel it in Season 4. But I'm glad to say that Season 5 doesn't really feel like it. The formula is changing because it can only do it so many times. It still feels like they have enough ideas to continue on. And I'm glad the season doesn't feel forced. And the show's as rewatchable and bingeable as ever. Just like the original show. Essentially, everything great about the first 4 seasons is all going to be in this season. We're just back in this world, we're back with Phineas and Ferb, and it feels like they never left. And the moment I watched all 10 episodes, I wanted to keep going, but sadly we only have 10 right now. I would assume we get the next 10 in July, that only makes sense. But if not, I'm just glad to be back in this world, and I can't wait for the next batch of episodes to drop. But till then, we just have to wait. Real quick, if you want to help me reach my goal of 1K by the end of the year, consider subscribing, and let's get back to the video. This might upset a lot of people that I think this is a negative, but Doof is evil again. Now this is a nitpick. I'm going to say that right off front. This is a nitpick. This is not a huge complaint. But if we look at all of Phineas and Ferb, and Mile Murphy, we'll just include that. You end Doof's character arc with him becoming good. Him learning that maybe being evil is not the right thing, and his daughter, such like that. A great way to end his character off in that show. And then you get the Mile Murphy, where we learn he invents time travel, which I absolutely love that storyline for Doof's character, because he went through a bunch of failed innators, and then he finally makes time travel. I love that storyline for Doof. So you have all these different segments for his character, saying that he's essentially a good person now. And even if we look at the Act Your Age episode, he's still good. He is not evil anymore. We see him having a midlife crisis, and they say multiple times in that episode that he is no longer evil. He's done with his evil ways. It's clear that he has not been evil for a while in that Act Your Age special. But then we get to Season 5, where he's just evil again. In the song he said, I spent most of last year trying to be good, but now I'm back to my evil ways. And it's never really said why he's back to evil. He's just evil again. The only hint of it that we have is that something in his life was missing, so he just wanted to be evil again. That's the only hint we have, And that's just disappointing, because if you're going to make Doof evil again, I prefer to have a reason why he's evil again just because he wanted to be. It feels like we were cheated on, especially since he has such a great character arc in Phineas and Ferb. He has such a great future for himself in Mile Murphy. And Dr. Rage, he is good again, so you're telling me that he's evil again, he's going to become good again, and just become good after that? Why do that? Doesn't make sense. So that's just kind of disappointing to me. Now, don't get me wrong, it's nice seeing him back as evil, because this show will not really be the same without him evil. But if you're going to make him evil again, if you're going to undo that character arc and still make him good again in the future, you have to give us a reason. And I feel like the show kind of just avoided that reason. He has to become good again, or you're just retconning the entire episode of Act Your Age, and that's one of the best episodes in Phineas and Ferb, so it's kind of like, don't retcon that, please. I just want to know why he's evil again, and give us more of a reason behind it. Don't get me wrong, I love seeing him evil again. The show will not be the same without him, but for the small nitpick, there could have been other stuff you could do while still making him evil. Just please add more of an explanation. And you have to somehow make him turn good again while still not making it feel like you're just reusing the same thing that you did for the season 4 finale. But besides for that one nitpick, Phineas and Ferb season 5 is the exact same show that came before. It feels the exact same. It feels like it never left. Everything you loved about the first 4 seasons of the original show is for sure in this season. And it's just so glad to be back in this world and explore one more year of summer. If you like this video, maybe my top 10 songs of Phineas and Ferb might interest you, or my ranking of the movies and specials down here. With that, thanks for watching.